I want to talk about the tribulation, when the world will go through a period of trials, suffering, distress, and judgment, and the likes that it has never gone through before. There will be a peace agreement made between the nation of Israel and other nations for 7 years. This is talked about in the book of Daniel. In the book of Daniel, Daniel was given a prophecy for the Jews, a 70-week prophecy. 69 of those weeks have been fulfilled. The last week, or the 70th week, has not. Now, when I say week, I'm not talking about a 7-day week. This is a 7-year week, or period. In other words, the 70 weeks in the prophecy are actually 70 7-year periods. The last week, or 7 years, is yet to come. And that will be the tribulation. It will kick off with a covenant, or a peace agreement, between Israel and other nations, and it will end 7 years later with the second coming of Christ in glory. It's going to be a crazy 7 years. Jesus called the first 3.5 years the beginning of sorrows, and the second 3.5 years the Great Tribulation. He said there will be false Christ and false prophets, wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. There will be fearful sights and great signs from heaven. The prophet Daniel said Israel will be betrayed 3.5 years into this covenant. They will be betrayed by the one who initially confirms it. This leader, the one that will betray them, will pretend to be a friend at first. He will allow them to worship in their third Jewish temple in Jerusalem. But 3.5 years later, he will stop them from worshiping. He will declare himself God, and an image of him will be set up in the temple. Jesus calls this the abomination of desolation. This man is called many things in the Bible: the false Christ, the man of sin, the son of perdition, wicked, the little horn, the prince that shall come, the willful king, a king of fierce countenance, the Antichrist, and the beast. And I will be calling him the beast for the rest of this message. The beast and his assistant, who's called the false prophet, they'll have great power, and they will get this power from Satan. They will deceive the whole world and cause many to worship the beast. The people will worship his image. They will also have to receive his mark on either their right hand or forehead. If they refuse, they won't be able to buy or sell or even live. If anyone refuses to worship the beast and get his mark, they will get beheaded. Now, even with all the craziness going on at this time, the gospel message will still continue to get out through all the world. The Christians at that time and some of the Jews will be persecuted. They will refuse to worship this man, and many will die. This will continue until the end of the tribulation, when the beast and his forces and all the nations will gather to battle at Armageddon. Jesus will appear with his heavenly army, and he will put an end to the beast and his forces and all who come to fight. The beast and his false prophet will be cast into the lake of fire. Satan will be bound in a bottomless pit for 1,000 years. And Jesus will reign from Jerusalem. I have a lot more to say about this tribulation period, and I'll talk about it in the next video. The next video will be called The Tribulation Part 2. God bless.